Have you ever looked up an Arabic verb in the dictionary and thought, why are there so many versions of the same word? علم, علم, تعلم, استعلم. They all come from the same three letters, the Ain, Lam, and Mim. So why do they all mean different things? If you've ever wondered that, then this lesson is going to change the way you look at Arabic verbs forever. Most books simply tell you to memorize the 10 forms, but that isn't very helpful. In fact, it's a bit daunting. Instead, I want to show you the logic behind them. Let's start with this root. The Ain, Lam, and Mim, alima. This root is all about knowledge, and it simply means to know. Now watch what happens when Arabic starts adding letters. Allama. And one letter, suddenly, it doesn't mean know anymore. It means to teach. In other words, to make someone know. Ta'allama. And another letter over here, and now you're not making someone else know, you're making yourself know. In English, we say simply, learn. And add even more letters, and now you're not teaching, you're not learning, you're seeking knowledge, or in other words, to inquire. Ista'lama. Alima, allama, ta'allama, ista'lama. Do you see what's happening here? Arabic isn't randomly inventing new words. It's taking one root and adding letters to create predictable changes in meaning. Every one of these patterns has its own personality. As we've discussed, pattern 1, alima, is to know. Pattern 2, allama, is to teach or make someone know. Pattern 5, ta'allama, is to learn or make yourself know, while pattern 10, ista'lama, is to inquire or seek knowledge. Let's look at more examples. Darasa, pattern 1, and that's to study. Darasa, when we double the ra, is pattern 2, and that means to teach. Tadarrasa, now we've added another letter, the ta at the beginning, and that's pattern 5. That's to study carefully or learn diligently. And that's a bit rare in usage. If we look at these verbs, dariba means to get habituated to something or get experienced with something, and that's pattern 1. Now we double the ra, pattern 2, darraba, and that means to get someone used to something, i.e. to train them. And then pattern 5, we're going to add the ta, tadarraba, and that means to train oneself. So you're doing the action. Another example, we've got kharaja, pattern 1, to leave or to exit. We've got pattern 2, kharraja, doubling the ra, and that means to graduate someone. We've got pattern 4, we've added the alif at the beginning, akhraja, and that means to produce something or to make someone leave. And we've got pattern 10, istakhraja, we've added the alif, the sin, and the ta, and that means to extract or obtain something. Now that you have seen the meaning can change within real verb families, let's put the whole system together. These are the 10 main verb forms in Arabic. You do not need to memorize every meaning as a fixed rule. Think of these as recurring tendencies that can help you understand how a verb relates to its root and to other verbs from the same family. So when you meet a new Arabic verb, you don't just look at the root, you look at what has been added to it. The added letters may tell you whether someone causes the action, does it to themselves, or does it with someone else, undergoes a change or seeks something. The patterns are not rigid formulas, but they give you powerful clues to meaning. Don't just memorize the verbs, notice the patterns. For example, pattern 1, فعل, علم, he knew. Pattern 2, فعل, علم, he taught. Pattern 3, فعل, جالس, he sat with someone. Pattern 4, أفعل, أخرج, he made someone leave. Pattern 5, تفعل, تعلم, he learned. Pattern 6, تفاعل, تقابل. So he met with someone. Pattern 7, انفعل, انكسر, it broke, something broke. Pattern 8, افتعل, اكتسب, he gained. Pattern 9, افعل, احمر, it became red. Pattern 10, استفعل, استعلم, he inquired. So every verb pattern has a general idea or meaning. One note, these patterns show common tendencies as I've mentioned, but they are not fixed 100% black and white rules. They can help you understand or predict the verb's meanings and how that may relate to the root, but the exact specific meaning for each verb must be still learned individually as it may vary. Let's practice. Choose from the following: علم, علم, تعلم. Fill in the blanks. Blank المدرس الطالب اللغة العربية. Blank الطالب اللغة العربية. Blank الرجل الحقيقة. Pause the screen and take up the challenge. Do let me know your answers in the comments. I do hope you've enjoyed the video, and remember, those patterns show you common tendencies and they are not fixed rules, but they can certainly help you predict the verb's meanings and how that meaning may relate to the root. وشكرا وإلى اللقاء.